Ben and Carly Hathaway had a call towards foster care and adoption from their earliest days, even before getting married.
But we felt like where we were, we wanted to be obedient.
So our faith was a big part of this because God calls us to care for the orphans and the widows and for the least of these. And so these children, these foster children, need a home, and they don't have someone to care for them or a loving family to care for them. And a lot of them don't end up going back to their families, and they need an adoptive family.
The need in Virginia is great, especially in Virginia Beach.
When we were going through the program, there was roughly 256 kids in the system and only 53 homes that were certified to take foster kids.
But they never expected that the very faith that had inspired them to care for the orphans in their community would be the very reason their local Department of Social Services denied them. In a recorded phone conversation, the local DSS employee made it clear that because of their biblical beliefs, it would be impossible for them to love and care for any child in a way that was acceptable to the city.
The bottom line is we just don't align in our belief system. That's what it comes down to at the end of the day. If you don't believe that to the core, how are you able to support a child?
When the denial came through, we initially felt attacked. In fact, for me, it was the first time I think I've ever truly felt discriminated against. And in that sense, it was a little humbling.
Now you're denying us based on our faith, which we see as a way to help and grow a child. And so many children need that love and care and support, and they don't get it. And we felt that we were a family who could give that. And when we were denied based on those things, it felt very unfair.
When people face discrimination because of their faith, many may not know where to turn. But the Hathaways turned to Founding Freedom's Law Center.
Knowing the resources around me, having grown up in a church and even have heard the Family Foundation come present at our church, I knew that there were options out there, and I knew that there was a way that we could fight back.
It's become clear that the Founding Freedom's Law Center is so very needed right now in Virginia.
I don't think the complaint itself is going to have any bearing on that.
Many on the secular left claim that pro-life people of faith are only concerned with the unborn life in the womb, or that they ignore the needs of kids to be in a loving home. But the truth is, we're in the legislature, fighting for the rights of faith-based foster care and adoption agencies to carry out their mission. And now, through our legal efforts, we're defending foster parents as well.
We are compelled by our convictions to serve the young children, to provide loving homes. And these faith-based agencies help parents do that.
People reach out to us for help because of infringements upon their fundamental rights. And for me, it's such an honor and a privilege to use the gifts and the passions that God has given me to be able to help people in need through the legal process.
To have the Founding Freedoms Law Center step in, and especially at no charge, come and support us and understand our story and take on the battle that's ahead has been monumental and really encouraged us to stay the course.
With the addition of the Law Center, regardless of who's in power in the governor's office or the General Assembly, we can stay in the fight. Now we can fight for your freedoms in any courtroom in Virginia.
Knowing that the Founding Freedoms Law Center is going to be in our corner and support us and see us through this with no cost to us is just a blessing and something that gives us confidence moving forward.
After the Founding Freedoms Law Center became involved in the Hathaways case, the Virginia Beach Department of Social Services withdrew its objection and permitted the Hathaways to proceed with the foster care application process.